Welcome back, everybody. Today's going to be a quick behind the scenes on how I directed my first commercial shoot in LA with three-time NBA All-Star Julius Randle and how a $10,000 budget made me $0, but it taught me everything I needed to know. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. Here we go.
What's up, it's Julius Randle. Behind the scenes, we're here shooting the shoot for Diamond Ties. It's going great. Dope shoot, everything is smooth, having fun.
Today, pretty big shoot. We got Julius Randle and Diamond Ties, cool little commercial shoot. First big one, got the whole team here. This is what we practice for, this is what we prepare for. But yeah, it should be a chill day. Let's do it. But yeah, this is my first commercial ever of any aspect. Never did anything like this before, never directed, never had a crew. I'm just used to running gun, doing everything by myself, directing, editing. Eventually ended up doing a lot for the project, like kind of pretty much a producer, edit, director role. But I did have a crew to help me on set. Like I said before, it was a $10,000 budget, but basically for me, made no profit. But again, the experience was everything that I needed to know going into my next project. But I also used this as, for me, it was kind of like a spec project in a way, where I didn't care about the money side of it, I cared about making the connections, understanding how to talk to people, how to work with the team. And I think the big thing for me too, again, I relate a lot of this to football. Being the captain of the football team from when I was 6 all the way up to senior year of high school, I've always had that captain role. But being a leader is important in any field. To be the captain of the boat, deal with a lot of the problems when things don't go right, people are coming to you. And how do you react? Do you react in a way by being understanding that things aren't going to go right, And how do you deal with these problems? Yeah, leading up to the shoot was super stressful. I had to reach out to the DP, had to reach out to, all these different companies, insurance. Insurance was a big one. And going into any project, just make sure you have insurance. It ended up costing me a lot more than it should have, but I just wanted to be safe than sorry. Again, being the captain role. Sometimes you gotta, come out of pocket for things. It was a lot of equipment that needed to get rented. The big thing for me was, okay, I don't want to risk not having insurance. I also want to have trust with my DP. So just understanding the severity of, if anything breaks, if anything happens on set, I'm the captain of the boat and it's going to come back on me, So at the end of the day, I wanted to take the safest route, even though it took a hole out of my pocket. But yeah, majority of the time, problems will come. So it's just, how do you deal with them? Yeah. Sometimes you got to do everything, man. This scene right here, fire.
Show us how you can do it on that.
Bro, I still got it, bro. But yeah, as soon as I stepped in the gym, everything, calmed down for me. Everything relaxed because I knew this was the right location and it was the right place. Cool, dope overhead lighting. Carlo, he also talked about, different ideas and collaborating with him on certain things that he saw as well and how we could utilize light in this way where it's not boring. But yeah, it got to a point where I just had to trust my team. So I just had to let it go, get it out of my comfort zone and delegate the work to the people that I hired. But yeah, once we got that first setup, everything just started to click. Julius got there, my guy, really appreciative of him for coming through and allowing me to do this shoot with him. And again, that trust from the documentary work we've done, like I talked about in the last video, really came a long way for this project. So he came in, no expectation, but everything was on point, So it's all the work that you've done behind the scenes. For me, it was like, this is the moment right here. This is what I want to do. This is what I've always seen myself doing in a way. But yeah, we started off fairly simple. We started off with a quick Q&A. We started bouncing ideas off of each other. How can we use light in this way? My whole thing, I wanted motion. I wanted it to be fast. I wanted to capture how it feels being a pro athlete. He had a cool idea. He put his Sony Venice on the sandbag. So he was running the opposite way. So Julius is doing the ladder going this way. So Carlo had the bag. So Carlo was going this way. So it's kind of like, how can I explain this? So he was running the opposite way.
Yeah, so you're going, can I see your move real quick? Okay.
cool moment where it was like, okay, yeah, no, this is what I want for the situation we were in. We made it work. And then I seen something at the end of the ladder. It was nothing there. It was just like the wall. So I was like, okay, how can we incorporate the brand in this? We put the brand's bottle at the end of the ladder. So at the end of the clip, it's this nice hard stop on the bottle. And you know, I think that was the really cool moment for me and Carlo as well, because that's when we really started to click and understand. Right. Subject, him looking up, closing his eyes, breathe in, breathe out.
Sounds good. I want to leave these off. Like, if we get something up here, we'll probably turn these on. I might be able to potentially flag some of these a little bit on this close-up. Might be nice to have these in the background. Like those.
Those are easy.
Yeah. Alright. Handheld or what is this?
We can do sticks.
Yeah.
Because this is like the shield.
Right. Chris,
when you're working with a pro athlete, at the end of the day, they have so much stuff they're worrying about. You know, whether they have to go work out, they have to, you know, spend time with their family as much as they can during the off season. So you just want it to be fun, not just fun, but like you don't want it to be cutthroat. This, that, and the third. You know, for me, this is me personally. This is how I feel. You don't want it to feel like a corporate shoot in a way. You want it to feel more like you're connecting with this athlete if you're going to be working with this athlete for 4 or 5 hours. Good thing I knew Julius beforehand, but at the same time, this is something I'll take with me. Again, experience over profits. You got to have your set times, but also not pressing too much to make the athlete feel uncomfortable or feel like he doesn't want to do it or things like that. Because at the end of the shoot, I needed a dunk from him. You know, in the off season, he never dunks. Doesn't dunk the ball at all. You know, he just, you know, he'll do it here and there. But again, since the shoot went so smooth, you know, the connection, the trust is there. I was like, bro, I just need one. Bro, give me something, bro.
I don't know what I got. I barely dunked all summer.
I know, bro. I don't know what I want. I just need. No, I'm not asking like 360. It's just like, let me get something like this. It's like.
Might be like throw it off. Catch.
Off the backboard. Okay, yeah, give me it back off the backboard. So he go up, throw it off the backboard. He misses it. Okay, great. So now I gotta ask him to do it again. And then, you know, we just start joking around. He do it again. We get the shot and put it in slow motion, and it was just a good moment. So my boy, he about to be out. Successful shoot, sound like, how many hours? 3? 3-hour shoot, not bad. Not, you know, can't complain. First one done, here we go. But yeah, a big moment for me, I talked about it before, but you never know what you could be in 2-3 years where you put in all your work. When I first started, I was doing a lot of behind the scenes, just seeing if I could get on sets. So there's a guy named Danny Gevertz. I'm sure if you watch me, you've watched him before. And if you haven't watched him, you should go watch him. I learned a lot of what I do from him and from his channel, which made me want to start this channel to even begin with, because I know this is what helped me in a way. But also, during the time, there's a timeline where Danny mentored Carlo. He kind of taught him everything he knew. And then Carlo and him ended up shooting a feature film. And these are things where I've watched, and I ended up being in a Bose spec commercial for Danny, and Carlo was on the other side of it, DPing. From that moment on, I knew this is what I wanted to do, and that's what really made it click in my mind where, okay, I see this is what he does, okay. On set, it's not just one person by himself. They're bouncing ideas off of each other. I'm like, okay, at that time, I'm still shooting college sports. I'm still doing, you know, events, weddings, things like that. But this was something I always kept in my back pocket where I knew this is what I eventually want to be doing. And I set out that goal for myself because I seen it. And if you could see somebody do it, you know you could believe you could do it as well. It's just the way I think. Yeah, so being in a position where I'm able to reach out to Carlo, I'm like, you know, I had this dope project, and I want you to DP his full rate, whatever his rate was. I knew that's who I wanted to do this first project with, because it just came full circle for me. Because, you know, without people giving back and without people gatekeeping in a way, understanding the business side of things on his channel, understanding cinematography, the small things, and seeing his behind the scenes is what made me want to do this to even begin with. That was a big moment for me, and that's something I'll always appreciate. But yeah, if you guys have a chance after this video, go watch their YouTubes, go learn all the knowledge I learned, and come back here too, you know, because, you know, I need it as well. I'm trying to build a community myself and collaborate with some people down the road, because I don't know where that person could end up, and I don't know who I could help in a way. But again, there's so much work out there in this world, all these different countries, states, you know, people. There's so many people to work with that need this media stuff done. So, you know, gatekeeping is only going to take you so far. Although I made $0, it feels like I learned everything. And my lesson for you guys is, although the dollar signs might not be there, you have to look at every project like, what could I gain from this? What could I learn from this experience? Maybe I learned how to use ND filters this day. Maybe I learned how to, you know, change my shutter speed. Maybe it's something super small, like maybe I get a white balance card, a white card, and you know, you build on these things where it might not be a return in dollar signs, but it's a return in experience. It's a return in connections. It's a return in, you know, internal things of what you want to be doing and what you can do as well. So yeah, that's my biggest lesson for this video. I appreciate you guys for watching. Comment below if you guys have any questions. You know, I'm pretty active on the YouTube side of things and also on Instagram, Dino Production. But I'm here to build a community, and I'm also here to help, you know, the people that need it as well. So yeah, that's really it for this video.